Okay, so the question is, what is the best stick for roller hockey? Good question, and I don't really have a good answer for that because I don't play roller hockey. I've played ball hockey. Personally, I would use something with a durable blade because I wouldn't want to use a $300 stick. On roller hockey, you got the extra friction, and that's going to really mess with your blade. So I would probably get something with a really durable blade. I mean, I guess if you're playing really competitive roller hockey, you want a good stick, so maybe you're going to spend $100 or $200 on a stick. But personally, myself, because I don't play too often, I'm just playing at a recreational level, I would get the sticks with the ABS blades. Those things last forever. So there's the answer for the roller one. Okay, here's a question from Tom Del. I'm gonna mispronounce that. From Tom, it says, "Is there a performance difference on the ice/floor between a one-piece stick and a two-piece stick? I specifically wonder about slappers and one-timers." So yes, there is a performance difference. Now, one-piece sticks, there's an interesting thing that goes on there. So there's the two-piece sticks where you take the blade and you put it in the shaft. Those were some of the first ones that came out before they had the one-piece stick. So they're really popular at the time. The idea is that they're lighter than, say, a wood stick. And funnily enough, a wood stick is technically a one-piece hockey stick. It's all wood. So then we have the composite sticks, the one-piece. Now, the lower level one-piece sticks are actually two-piece sticks. They make the blade first, then they make the shaft, then they plug them together, and then they bond them. So with that, you're getting better energy transfer from the shaft to the blade than if you just do it yourself with glue. And then with the composite one-piece, the true one-piece, which are the higher end ones, those ones apparently have the best energy transfer. You know, you're pushing into the shaft, you're flexing the stick, and it carries right through with no energy loss at the joint, right through the blade. You won't get twist or as much twisting. So for consistency, one-piece sticks should be the best for you. I mean, you can get by with two-piece sticks, and you can get by with a $30 Coho from Canadian Tire if you really want. But if you're really competitive, I'd go with higher-end sticks. Even for me at the men's league level, I played with just like $20 wood sticks just to see. The problem is they break pretty quickly. So, you know, really, you can shoot with almost anything if you get used to it. So I wouldn't spend more thinking that it's going to make you a better hockey player. What will make you a better hockey player is practicing. So next question. How critical is stick length for dry land versus ice training? And he says shoe height being different than skate height. And that is from John Turner. That's a good question. I get it a lot. Let me give you an example here. I'll grab a few sticks. These ones are private. We'll just say that these, they're about the same height. All right, so on ice, you're on your skates. So you're maybe about this high. And the stick is right underneath your chin. But then when you get off the ice and you put your shoes on, you're practicing at home, you're down here because you're on the running shoes and the stick is up to your nose. So what's going to happen is the relation to how you're stick handling and practicing shooting, it seems like the stick is up to your nose, right? And then when you step on the ice, the stick is under your chin. That might mess you up a little bit. So what you can do is have one off-ice stick. Let's say you cut it down. So off-ice, it's under your chin, like that. Yeah, well, okay. So off-ice would be under your chin, and then on ice, your on-ice stick is under your chin. It'd be something like that. I'm trying to make it work here with sticks of the exact same size, but you guys get the idea. So that's what you can do. I don't do that anymore, but it's just because I've shot so much that I found, and I don't know if this is true, but personally, it works for me, just to shoot with a bunch of different sticks of different lengths. I have maybe like 5 or 6 sticks that are sitting around my garage, and they're all different lengths and heights. And I find by using different stick heights, it builds a good foundation so that I can be more adaptable. And no matter what, I can get a good consistent shot off, a good feel for the puck. You know, maybe near the end of the game, you're a little tired. You're not as low as you normally are skating. You're up a bit higher. That's going to have an effect on your relative stick height, right? Because your stick will be a bit higher. So personally, I like to adapt and have that where my body has to adjust and figure things out. versus always making everything exactly the same. But that's just my own personal opinion. If you don't want to train your body that way, just cut like an inch or so off the stick so it's relative. It's always the same. Always under your chin off the ice, under your chin on the ice. You'll be good to go. Next question is, what's the best stick for defense? And that's by TJ. What's the best stick for defense? Really good question. The answer is the Denochar's 150 flex stick. It's relative to, let's take this down so there's not a cord there. It's relative to you. So you want something that you find that you like. Typically, defense will use a longer stick. So a lot of forwards like to use short sticks under their chin and their chest. Defense, maybe their nose a little bit higher, but that's not always true. If you don't like that, use one that length that you like. Flex, usually defense use a higher flex stick. For slap shots, typically, a little bit higher, less flex, less whip is better. So that's usually what defense like. And also for your curve pattern, usually defense like a bit of a heel curve. So not a huge hook, because a big hook and a big twist will send the puck over the net. So the defense is usually like a lower or a flatter curve, just a little bit of a curve from the heel. So for the actual stick, get one that's durable, I guess. Find something that you like, but that's what would work usually for your height, your flex, and your curve pattern. Ask some friends, try out some you have friends that play defense, see what they're using, test it out, find a stick you like. Okay, next question, and I'm going to check on Instagram as well. Is flexing the stick in roller hockey as important as it is on ice? I have difficulties with wrist shots on roller hockey rinks since the surface isn't as smooth as ice. That's from Bjorn. I think that's how you say it. Bjorn Peters. All right, good question. Yes, flexing your stick is always important, but you don't always have to flex your stick or really like focus on flexing it. There's lots of different ways to release the puck, lots of different ways to shoot, and always flexing your stick isn't important. Some shots, when you're in close, you're not going to use the flex as much. There's other ways to generate power. However, to get the most power, you're going to bring that puck in closer to your body. That allows you to drop your weight down on the stick, push down in the middle, flex it, and squeeze that puck out, get that shot out. So in roller hockey, you should still be able to do that. Actually, it could be easier because there's a bit more resistance on the surface with the ice. It slides a bit more. Off ice, you're going to get a bit more, I guess, grip on the flooring surface that you can push down and kind of flex that stick. So just play with your technique a little bit. Different ways to flex the stick. Keep changing your hand position, maybe the flex of the stick that you use, and find something you like. So good luck. Thanks for the question, Bjorn. All right, let's look through a few comments. I'll answer a few quick. Is the Rivero hockey stick good with shots from the blue line? That's from Hockey Clips Only. I haven't tested it from the blue line yet. I've only been playing around with it a little bit. If you get the right curve pattern, right flex, and you cut it the right size, it should be. I don't know why not. Kevin says, have you tested integral hockey stick repair? No, working on it. Carter says, what is the best stick for defense? Answer that in the previous question. Joe, when selecting a stick, how would you rank the following categories in terms of the most important things to look at? Okay. Flex, blade pattern, kick point, lie. Weight, thick/thin blade, tapered. Oh man, we get a lot. I'd say flex is probably going to have the biggest impact on your game. Then your blade pattern. A blade pattern, you can get used to any blade pattern. I guess the same with flex, but the flex seems to have the most impact on every shot. Yeah, so flex, blade pattern. Kick point would probably be the next one. Lie, I would say, would come after that. Unless your lie is really ridiculous, like just completely wrong for you. Weight too. I guess it depends on your personal feel. Some people like a heavier stick, especially for slap shots. They want that extra weight. Just personal preference there. So yeah, I'd actually put it pretty close to the order you put it. Flex. Your question from John says, I was recently told that the lie number refers to how the blade lies on the ice. I have two expensive sticks that are wrong lie for me. Is there any way around this, or am I stuck with my blade pointing up off the ice? So the answer is, see this stick? It's from Denochar. it is really, really long, right? I don't know what the lie is up here, maybe like 6 or something, but look how long the stick is. And look where I hold it. Like this is say like my holster, my typical position for my top hand. And if you look at this, the blade is coming way off the ice. Now what happens is if I cut this stick, I'm going to take about 2 feet off this stick and hold it there. So if you cut your sticks, you're going to get the stick to lie flatter on the ice. Now I'm going to hold it, pretend it's really short, and stand like this. Then the heel's coming off. Right? And I'm going to do that same thing right here, so you can actually see my body position. So there, the toe is way up off the ice. If I cut it this far, now I'm going to hold it right there. That's a little bit better. Maybe cut a few more inches off and holding it there. Yeah, that's a better position for the blade to lie on the ice. And if I cut it too short, like if it was like there, then if I'm stick-handed, then the blade is coming off the ice, or the heel's coming off the ice. Be too short. So I pick your stick height first, then pick the lie. But if you have lies that are messed up, then you can just adjust your stick height, and that'll work for you. All right, last question. I'm going to read a few off Instagram. Stamkos13 says, should I buy the $300 sticks or the $100 sticks? Personally, I go with the $100 sticks. I never bought a full price $300 stick because I just can't bring myself to break it like 2 months after I bought it. And pretty much score the same amount of goals with a $100 stick. I would always look in the discount section, go through the clearance rack, see what's 50% off, buy something that felt right for me at the time.